We're just going to do a little bit of a chat about safety checks and belaying. So if I was a student and not myself, I would have a belayer here and then a backup belayer. Cool, so we're going to start with the safety checks. So we go through A, B, C, D, E. So it starts with A, which is anchors and attachments. So anchors is we look up and I can see that the rope's not twisted and it's coming out the right side of that belay bar. So it's the first part of it. And then attachments, I looked at it's going through the right part of Dan's harness here. So through, and then I'm going to count the strands, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There's 5 lots of 2 strands coming out, and then we've got a sufficient tail here at the end. All right, it's nice and tight. Awesome. So that's A. B is belts and buckles. So I'm just going to have a look at the buckles. Yep, they're all the right way round and locking. And then we're just going to check that they can't come up down over Dan's waist. So if you want to just pull down on your hips. Yep, cool. And the same for me. Buckles right. Yep. Can't come down over my hips. Good. C, we've got to look at carabiners. So there's just one in this situation here. So it's done. There is this main. I'd probably check that at the same time. Have a look at the bottom. Yep, looks good. All right. D is device. Okay, so device, we're just going to make sure that the gree it's running through smoothly, and when I pull up on it like that, it locks. Cool. And then last thing is just your extra stuff. So just have a look. The shoelaces are done up. There's nothing that's going to fall out of Dan's pockets. Hair's tied back. No jewellery on that could get caught. Cool. All right. So Dan, you're on belay. I'm ready. So Dan will just let me know that he's going to climb. So
climbing.
Cool, man. Go for it. All right. And so we're just going to just slow down there. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This allows us to always keep a hand on this brake strand here. So stand up again. Sometimes people say V to the knee, 1, 2, 3. All right, one thing we'd rather people didn't do was just hold their hand up, like, keep trying to pull rope through like this. Just bring your hand back down again. It's not as essential with the gree, but it's good to train your students to have good belay technique, because then when they go to use an ATC, it will be a lot safer. Making sure when you grab the rope that your thumb comes over. Cool. So when Dan's, high enough, he's reached the top, or he just wants to come down, he might let me know, like, oh, I'm ready to come down. Yeah. So I'll just take all the slack out. Yep. Sit down there, Dan. And you just got to make sure that you're really onto the students to make sure that they are fully hanging, like hands are not touching the wall before you start to give any slack, because otherwise you can allow them to create a big, the slack can build up and they can have a bit of a fall, and it's really not good for their confidence. So Dan's fully hanging there. I'm just going to bring the rope down. Okay, so this hand, my right hand, is really gripping onto the rope now, because that's what's in control. And with the students, this is the most dangerous part. So you really want to come and pay close attention to them when they're doing this. I would always come in when they're first starting, I would just have a hand on the rope behind them just to make sure they don't screw this up. All right, and they're just going to pull back the lever, but they're controlling it with their right hand. Okay, so it's not, I'm not controlling it with this lever. The lever just turns on and starts to lower them down. If I need to stop for a second, I can release the lever, but I always hold on with this right hand. Just lowering people slowly. It's pretty stressful if you do it any faster than that. Cool, dude. Give them a little bit of rope just at the end as well. Just pull a little bit of rope through the gree, otherwise Dan's getting a wedgie the whole time. Awesome.